With the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw a huge demand for fitness equipment in the home, in particular, connected cardio equipment. Hi everybody, it's Andy Barrar, aka Handy Andy from handyandymedia.com. And today I'm doing a review for Best Buy's blog on the Echelon EX-3 Smart Connect bike. That's right, this spin bike is called Echelon. So get your popcorn ready and cue in that intro. Let's go ahead and start with the design of the Echelon EX-3 spin bike. It has a powder-coated steel frame with a red and black design, which is very modern looking. It actually is really kind of hot looking if you ask me. I liked it a lot. I like that contrast between the red and black. There's a lot of adjustability with this bike. So it doesn't matter if you're 5'3" or 6'3", you're gonna be able to adjust both the seat, the handles, and even the depth and length of the seat to the handles to get the most comfortable fit for you. In fact, I actually never really rode a spin bike before. I've never done a spin class before, so I didn't even know what the proper configurations were for this bike. So I Googled it. That's what you do when you don't know anything in this day and age. And what I learned was, generally speaking, you want the seat when you're standing beside the bike to be at your hip bone level. So that's where I started, and sure enough, it was a comfortable fit. One issue I had was after making all the adjustments, I started to spin and I got up and I was standing up and I actually fell backwards and the seat moved. And so what I learned from that was after you make your adjustments, go ahead and tighten everything up, especially the seat, because they got some nuts that hold the seat together. And by tightening that, I was able to prevent that seat from going back. But I'm telling you, it scared me for a bit. The EX3 that I have does not come with the screen. They're basically designed it for users who have tablets, whether it's an Android or iOS. You connect that, download the Echelon app. The bike connects to the tablet for you to basically save money by not having to buy a bike with a built-in screen. So I thought that was a smart thing. Another smart thing that they did was include a USB dock, because you want to keep your tablet powered while you're in spin classes, because from my experience, using the Echelon app really drains the battery life in your tablet. So having that USB port on the side there was a great addition. The pedals themselves are made out of aluminum, and it's a very comfortable, snug fit. The cool thing is you could use just standard running shoes with this, or you could use bike shoes that lock into the pedals. So if you're hardcore and you already have those shoes, you're good to go. If you're a newbie like me, you could use your running shoes, and it still is a comfortable fit while you're riding. Now, all the action in this bike happens with the Echelon app. Now, here's the thing. To use the app, you got to get a subscription. It's a monthly subscription. It's going to cost you $50 a month. So for $50 a month, you get the ability to join unlimited live classes on this bike. When they said live classes, I always assumed that they just have maybe one at 9, one at 1, and maybe one at 5. But what I learned quickly was that there's a class every half hour. So whether, there might be a class that you could just jump in and start joining that just started, or you could just do a little bit of warm up and wait for the next class to start. So there's always a live class for you. There are other different types of rides from beginners, and you can search, different music, different instructors. There's already pre-recorded rides. But for me, it was all about the live experience. I just wanted to experience the live ride. And it was a very interesting experience. I've never done a spin class before, but I'm a very competitive person. And inside the Echelon app, when you're doing a live class, there's a leaderboard of all the other people. And they base, who's on top based upon your output, which is a combination of your cadence, that's how many times you're spinning, and also your resistance level, which you can adjust with that red knob in the middle. And that was a very interesting thing, because you combine those two, you get an output, and then it just shows you on the leaderboard. So you could have it on a very low resistance, but be spinning fast to get a high output. Or you could have a high resistance, spinning slower, like climbing a hill, and still get an output. For me, I was just adjusting it based upon my exertion level. I was doing almost I guess you could call it interval training on a spin bike, where I would go hard for a bit, then I would kind of relax, go hard. But one thing I could not stop doing was trying to climb that leaderboard. I was obsessed with my position. I would look at people and be like, I want to beat that guy. And then I would just give her. So much so that I forgot to even listen to the instructor. And the instructor's like, change the resistance, get off the bike, get down, do this, do that. Man, I'm just like zeroed in on this leaderboard, just trying to climb it. So that was a very, you just wouldn't know that you were going to do something like that unless you got into it and started doing it. That was a very interesting thing. It's cool. You know, the instructors are really nice. You kind of get into like, to like certain instructors over others. So I can see why a lot of people might base their classes based upon the instructor and what instructor is doing what classes and when you can fit in your calendar. I could totally see people doing that. The one thing that was bothering me was like, I might like an instructor, but I don't like the music. You know, I'm so used to, because I'm a jump rope dude, I'm a jump rope ninja, I should call myself. And I always pick my music. But in this case, you had to, you know, listen to other people's music or whatever they were playing inside that studio. And I don't know, man, Coldplay, spin bike, they don't really go together. That's just my opinion, but one of the instructors, she would argue otherwise. Now, inside the Echelon app, when you're doing these live classes, you're getting a lot of different types of performance metrics. Like I mentioned, your cadence, your resistance level, your total output. The one thing that was missing was heart rate. There is no built-in heart rate monitor. So what you can do is get an optional chest strap heart rate monitor from Echelon, or you could use a Fitbit or Apple Watch and sync that to the app to get that heart rate data inside. And I highly recommend it, because I'm a heart rate guy. Even when I'm running, even jump rope, I'm always looking at my heart rate and I'm trying to stay in a certain heart rate zone. Couldn't do that because I didn't have a heart rate monitor, and I kind of felt that that was a little bit missing. So if you do get this bike, make sure you have a heart rate monitor that you can sync it with, because that's the kind of data you want, especially if you're trying to improve your cardiovascular health and also lose weight. If you get this bike, trust me, you need that subscription. So you're buying this bike, you're making a commitment to a $50 a month subscription plan. Trust me, this bike is not going to be very fun without the Echelon app and the live classes. Don't think that you could be like watching Netflix and lose all this weight, because you're not going to be pushing yourself. There's no leaderboard there for you to compare yourself with. There's no instructor telling you to turn the resistance up or spin faster. So you really are making a commitment to a subscription plan by getting this. And so you would get this if you want to save money on the bike, but you're still going to pay the subscription. And if you think that you're going to buy this and you don't need a subscription, I think you're going to be disappointed. You could prove me wrong, but this is what I believe, 100%. So just know, before you get this, are you ready to make that subscription to the Echelon app? Because it's a commitment that you're going to have to make if you buy this bike, and if you want to actually use this bike and it not collect dust in your home gym. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Echelon EX-3 spin bike, and it's good. I liked it. I'm not saying anything bad about it. However, be prepared for that subscription if you do get it. If you like this video, please smash that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of me at handyandymedia.com. Once again, my name is Andy Barrar, aka Handy Andy, your DIY tech guy, signing out. Bye for now.